guys, and welcome to my channel, Changing Phases Tarot. I'm so happy to have you here with me today. Now, today's reading is a one-card Daily Tarot Snapshot reading. As you can see, I've already pulled the card. I'm going to do that for these next, or at least this week's reading, just to try to save a little bit of time because I'm doing a lot of readings all at once coming up. I have a lot of readings coming up for the next week or so, so I'm trying to keep them to a minimum as much as possible. So I'm using the Akashic Tarot deck for the daily readings this week. And we have, as you can see, I've already laid the card here or stood it up. It's the Four of Forces. Let me hold this up so you can get a good look at the card. Okay, the Four of Forces, and it's labeled Spring Autumn. Okay, and for those of you who might not know, the Akashic Tarot deck is slightly different than traditional tarot decks, right? It only has 62 cards instead of the regular 78. So there are certain cards that are missing. Not really missing, they left them out. They decided to omit them. And a lot of the cards have very different meanings, okay? The Four of Forces, so the suit of forces in the Akashic Tarot deck, it has to do with, or it will be similar to, the suit of wands in the traditional tarot. It has to do with energy. It has to do with creativity. Our day-to-day matters, like the work that we do, the daily tasks that we do. It also has to do with, our creativity and inspiration, as well as our ambition and drive to get things done, right? And usually the Four of Wands is a card in the traditional deck, at least, that speaks of, it's a card of celebration, right? It speaks of achievements. It speaks of milestones, right? And this could be at work. This could be you achieving a milestone, like a creative milestone in the work realm. It can also be reaching a milestone in a relationship. So many times it's referred to as the marriage card, right? Or sort of the happy, the home card, or you moving in with somebody, or you getting married. In this deck, it is slightly different because it speaks of kind of a change, right? It's just like it's called the Spring Autumn card. And it shows, there are trees beginning to bud, there are flowers beginning to bloom. So it's, in this deck, it's one of the seasonal sort of cycle cards. It really speaks of entering into, a time of planting, of preparation, of kind of laying the groundwork, of preparing for what's coming up. So this could be you feeling very creative at this time, or you just, preparing for something that might be coming up on the creative front or on the work front. This could be you beginning a new creative project, beginning a new project at work, either alone or partnering up with other people, but it could be, something that really requires you to prepare, to plan, to plan for the future. So you're really, you're setting the groundwork, you're laying the groundwork, like I was saying, really for what you are going to reap in the future. So the rewards that will come in the future. And it's all about, how planning and planting positive, when we think of thought, right? And planting positive thoughts and hope, and how that's really important for sowing, for reaping in the future positive results. And the Akashic Force message that goes along with this card, it says, close your eyes and feel yourself stand tall, placing one foot in the spring and the other in the autumn. As you look at your life, ask yourself what step will help you plant a new situation, and what step will help you harvest. See those actions before you now. So it's kind of interesting, right? Because it's like, then it shows, the season, the spring, when things are just starting to, bud and things are just beginning, and then autumn when all the trees are, full of leaves, but they're starting to fall off. So it's interesting that it's not it's not spring moving into summer. It's spring jumping over summer and, getting to kind of the results and, the culmination of things in the autumn. So it's a card that definitely has to do with planning for the future, but also new things, right? New creative projects, and really focusing on the planning aspect of it in order to bring in, more concrete results in the future. So interesting message for the beginning of our week. I do hope that the message has helped in some way. Thank you once again for joining me. I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. And just know that I'm sending you all much peace, love, and light. Bye for now.